Welcome to the channel. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. So join me once again for another AliExpress haul. About I'd say 90% of the stuff has come in which I ordered in the 11/11 sale. Of course, also the Black Friday sale is also upon us. AliExpress just wants us to rinse our money, and obviously I don't help, so it's a bit of a love-hate relationship there with me. I understand that, but we've got 3 of the watches which were due to come in. I've got the Farasute, I've got the brand new Sugess / Seestern GMT, which I recommended on the video. So I believe this may be the first eyes on this watch on YouTube. Then I've also got the one from Millie Fortech. Now, the only ones that I'm outstanding is the San Martin 36mm, the new Janseng dial. And I also went ahead and ordered the reissue or the remake of the San Martin, I think SN0009, which was the GS diver homage. They re-released it with an enamel black dial and a Seiko NH35, and a few people requested it, so I thought I might as well go ahead, purchase it. I had, some really good coupons to use up. So the Black Friday sale also has more coupons, but one thing which is annoying me, they're not releasing codes for the UK, and I don't know why. We only got US codes and various other territories, but nothing for the UK as of yet. So the first one I am going to be unboxing is the Sugess Seestern. We'll get to these two just after that. I'm actually very excited to have a look at this one. So before we begin, on wrist I am wearing a new release to be released by Wicked Watch. It's a GMT. Wicked Watch have done an amazing job with this one, so I'll be doing a review closer to the end of the year on this. So let's go ahead, let's start unboxing, and let's take you through the first impressions of this brand new Seestern GMT. So here we have the Seestern S456. Genuine first impressions in hands, and I have to say, wow, it feels instantly really nice in hand. The finishing is the first thing that obviously stands out. In terms of homaging, I don't need to tell you what watch is homaging. It's obviously going after a GS, a sports GMT GS. It feels so good. Honestly, it feels exceptional in hand. I am actually blown away. It's what I was expecting. The specifications are really high end as well, so let's give you those. First and foremost, you've got a sapphire bezel insert. I don't know if it's 24 or 48 or dive watch, etc. Let's have a look. So it is 120 click, and it doesn't rotate the other way, so it's not a bi-directional, which I think it would have been nice if they'd done that. Clicks are pretty good. The bezel grip is quite thin, yeah, but it feels nice. So sapphire bezel insert, 120 click diving bezel. You've got a sapphire crystal, and you can just see it's a very low dome sapphire crystal, really good fit and finish. You've got the polished silver ring in the center. Dial options, this is a mother of pearl dial. I believe you got a total of 4 different dial colors. You've got dark blue, you got this light blue. I think they do a sunburst green, sunray green, and also a mother of pearl white dial with the green bezel, etc. Yeah, so nice options as well. 200 meters of water resistance. Obviously, it uses the Seiko NH34 GMT. Bracelet wise, wow, that looks so good. I mean, Seestern do make really high-end watches, and with this one is definitely no exception, but I think this one sits a lot closer to, let's say, the San Martin. I haven't seen the latest model, and I'm actually waiting for that, but up until I see that, this stands definitely shoulder to shoulder with San Martin. There's, without a shadow of a doubt. Look at that brushing there. They've actually brushed just on these thin strips of the lugs to match the brushing on the bracelet, and just left a much wider polished area. So that's really good attention to detail. And you know what, I'd expect it to be thicker, but it's not so thick. So on that, let's have a quick look at dimensions. So at the bezel, it is 42mm, and a lot of people have been screaming about slightly larger watches, and 42 is something I don't mind. At the case, it is 41. Thickness is around just close to 13mm. Lug to lug is 49mm, and you've got female end links with a 20mm lug width. I've just noticed something just on the inside of those lugs. You've got a nice polished finish there, so that's a lot of attention to detail there. So yeah, so far, look, I know it's first impressions, the first time I'm looking at it. So far, it's really good in hand, I have to say that. Of course, you'll have to wait and find out the full review. I don't want to give too much away, but here's the mother of pearl dial. You've got some awesome indices on the dial. You can see the brushing and the beveling on the hour markers. Also the handset, very GS like. You got a top cap to finish off the seconds hand. yeah, it seems like they've almost thought of everything. Now, there's one thing which I was slightly worried about, was the clasp. You know, I wanted a on-the-fly adjustable clasp. But having spoken to Seestern, they've gone for something which I think they said was on the original. And of course, you know, with these sports watches, I can understand why there's not on-the-fly adjustable clasp, but it does have 3 micro adjustments, which in my experience is exactly what you need. So, you know, hang tight on this one. I'll let you know. I'm hoping they do give us that clasp, but you know, these kind of designs do confuse me a bit. So I would call this a dive watch, 200 meter water resistance, but I understand it's a sports GMT as well. But it's got so much dive watch DNA, but obviously it can be arguably be a sports watch as well. So for me, I'd say it's a diver. So it would be nice to have a dive watch clasp, but from what I can see and feel in hand, this is exceptional. And in terms of price, in the sales of 11.11, I paid £169. I think the Black Friday sale, depending on what coupons and codes you got, I think it's going to be the same. So £170, and the RRP is around £200 or £204. So I think is a lot of saving there. So £170 right now, if you were to order it, you know, this watch is very, very high end for what you're getting. And I said, and I'll stick to what I said as well, that currently this can 100% stand, you know, shoulder to shoulder with San Martin, with some of the best models. There's a lot more casework going on that I can see. Now, this being said, the caveat is I haven't seen their latest model. I'm actually waiting for that to be delivered, and I'll do a separate video on that one. And this one wasn't sent in to me. I actually bought this myself. So yeah, definitely check this out in the Black Friday sales. So let's put that one away. Let's move on to the next watch. So the next one we're looking at is Farasute, and boom, they have made an entrance. So first time I'm looking at this, I was seeing them all over the AliExpress page on my feed. So they started to bug me. I thought, well, no one's really got one. So let's see what they're all about. So just a quick pause here. I mean, they seem to have pulled out all the stops in the packaging. You know, it's a solid box. A type of engineered wood. You got some nice suede in there, and on brand new brands, I tend to look at packaging. You know, once people have seen it, I don't really focus on that at all. You've got an outer box. So you know, this watch I paid £118 in the sales, and right now it's up about 120. So for that, you know, money, we are getting, you know, a lot of perceived value. So here we are, the first look at the Farasute or Farasute. I don't know exactly how I'm meant to be saying it. Model number is 5336A. I paid £118 for this in the sales. I think it's around about that right now in the Black Friday, perhaps a little more, but it depends on the coins and the coupons you have. Obviously, you guys know that. So this comes in a range of 4 different colors. You got some really nice dress watch colors. I went with a silvery white dial. I think silver white has its own kind of place in watches. The case, as you can see, is fully polished, so that's going to take some getting used to, but it looks beautiful. It looks really pretty in hand. You can see just some of that detailed, I don't know, like wave pattern or a shell pattern in there. Very sharp. It's probably like a stamped guilloche. Obviously, you've got that, you know, sub dial at 6. Very symmetrical dial. I love that dial symmetry. I love the different textures so far. Specs wise, yes, that is a sapphire crystal steel case, and that watch does look quite thin. We'll have to check how thin it is shortly. Comes on a leather strap, which seems so nice in hand, very soft and supple. Movement wise, so the website states it uses a hands out movement, right? So they don't actually specify what particular hands out movement it is, but all they tell us is that it's 22 joules, 40 hours of power reserve, and a beat rate of 21,600 vibrations per hour. But I will do some more digging for the full review. But in hand, this watch, it looks very nice, as I said, very pretty indeed, slim. And it's a dress watch, so there's no need for there to be any brushing, even though a bit of brushing on the case would be nice. But let's check dimensions. So 39mm is what they state, and yeah, we are about 39mm. 10.4, 10.5mm thickness. That's really good, right, for automatic movement. Case back see-through, no. Case back does have, you know, the standard case back on there. And just have a look at lug to lug. 47.5. Yeah, pretty good lug to lug. And lug width, is it 20? Yes, it is. Yeah, so far, right, so good. I can see incredible detail on this watch. Obviously, pardon the fingerprints. I think this watch is going to get the full glove treatment because it is fully polished. So far, first impressions, it looks good. I like the feel of it. Like I said, I've tested so many watches in my time here. I've been on YouTube nearly 4 years, coming up 5 maybe, 600 plus videos. So, you know, feeling a watch in hand, you can kind of gather if it's going to be a good one or not. Obviously, the full review will be out in due course. So let's put this one away and let's open the last one which we have. So the next one is this watch brand called Millie Fortech. First time I'm looking at this brand, but it is a brand of Baltany. So fear not, it's going to have the same things like Baltany, the same finish, the same quality. But yeah, new name. Millie Fortech, it's all right. It's easy to pronounce. You know, I don't really know what it means or stands for, but it's a lot better than what we tend to see from AliExpress. And what drew me to this watch were two things. The first thing was just the visuals. I love these sharp dagger style hands. I just love the sharpness of it. It looks quite nice, and it's what drew me to the watch. And of course, that tri-compacts chronograph, and I've always liked chronograph watches. Now, the second thing was it's the VS75 solar quartz movement from Seiko, so a very reliable movement, perfectly fitting, you know, that tool watch aesthetic, because you know it's a solar powered quartz watch. Seiko do have some of the best solar quartz movements. I've had a couple in the past going far back. I had some of the solar divers, and yeah, the battery on there is just phenomenal. So with this one, specifications wise, you've got a sapphire crystal. Already mentioned the movement. You've got 100 meters of water resistance because you do have a screw down crown, and you do have a plain screw down case back. Dimensions wise, let's have a quick look. Yeah, it is 39 millimeters. Thickness is just 12.3, so close to 12, and lug to lug is 46.5. And I have to say, I really like these new lug to lugs that we're getting. It seems to be all across AliExpress, you know, people have gathered the right proportions you need to have. I mean, 46.5 for the 39 case is bang on. This is a black dial version. They also do a blue dial, which wouldn't look nice against the 14 lume. I think it looks great in the pictures, but with this one, I think black is probably best. Soft leather strap, and this I paid when I bought this was £79, including taxes, in the 11/11 sale. I think currently on Black Friday sales, it's £104 due to taxes, and or about 87, you know, without taxes, etc. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, but depending on how much coins and whatever other coupons you got access to, like I said, in the UK they haven't given us any codes yet, which is BS, but there you go. But yeah, very clear dial, right? It's quite a nice black as well, like a charcoal black. So that's it for me today, guys. Just an ad hoc unboxing. Obviously, I'll follow up with the reviews, but you know, this watch is playing on my mind. You know, I try to tone down my emotion in the videos. I don't like to, you know, let my emotions come through and sway anyone's opinion. But out of these three watches and out of the other previous watches I've looked at, this one by far feels the best, and it's probably Seestern's best watch as well. The finishing here is unbelievable. Good weight, and yeah, this just keeps coming back in mind. This is just sticking in my head right now that this one is a really good value for money watch. £170 in sales. It's a no-brainer, guys. So again, that's it from me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next video.